Hello there, and welcome to the Polly Podcast. My name is Torkel Tenberg, and the written versions of these episodes can also be found in the blog over at Pollyverse.com. Thank you all for tuning in to this very first episode of the Polly Podcast Rebooted. It formerly existed exclusively on YouTube and only has a very short run of a few episodes with the old Pollyverse gang over in England. But now, here we are, experimenting with a new and hopefully persisting form across all podcasting platforms. So anyway, let's get into today's topic. I want to speak about the idea and purpose of this space, as well as a bit about who I am. So as I said earlier, my name is Torkel, and I am a writer of poetry and fiction. I'm amateur, very amateur, but I'm working my way up there. And I also dabble in digital art, video editing, and general day-by-day vegan athleticism. And kind of my whole goal for all of this stuff is to try to make my own little difference in the world with my creativity and writing. I don't know whether that will be by changing people's opinions on animal cruelty, or helping people to reevaluate how they interact socially, or simply just helping people to laugh, or maybe inspiring someone to follow their own creativity. Because, I also believe in just creativity for creativity's sake as well. Even though we sort of live in a world where it has to be commodified and monopolized and everything. But with all that being said, what I want for this space, this podcast and blog platform, is for it to be a home for my many unpublished little stories, poems, and other such things from my personal catalogue, as well as reviews, opinion pieces, and whatever I think of, and original content from other creators and individuals to share with all of you. So if any of that, or if all of that sounds good in any way or interesting to you, and please check out our social media accounts, which I'll probably link somewhere. And that way you can keep up to date with new posts or episodes. And if you have your own idea for a project or something that you would like to share, then just contact away, because I'm very interested in a lot of things. Mostly some exceptions. But for now, I kind of want to share with you all a little piece of lyrics, kind of like a poem written as lyric form, that I fairly recently wrote about manhood. So I kind of want to introduce it by talking sort of about what it is, how it came about and all that such thing, to make it a little bit interesting for a podcast. Sometimes you just, read the book or read the short story or poem or whatever it is, and you kind of want to know more about the background of it. So I'm going to give little insights into that type of thing on the podcast for sure, and on the blog too. So I think it's a similar inspiration for a lot of people, and it was definitely for me when it came to writing. And what it is music and lyrics of music. I know a lot of my friends in creative writing world were first made interested in creative writing through bands that they loved and the lyrics that those bands wrote. So for me, when I was younger, it was definitely bands like Sixth. That's a technical death metal band from the UK from like the early 2000s or something like that. They made a recent album which I didn't like, but their old stuff was really crazy and cool. They sort of had like sort of vegan messaging and stuff like that, which was awesome. A lot of anti-establishment stuff as well. And then another massive band for me was System of a Down, which probably most people have heard of. The super anti-establishment, anti-corporations and everything, and criticizing of governments and political organizations, and they talk about the bringing to light the Armenian genocide and things like that, because Serge Tankian, the front man, is Armenian, I'm pretty sure. And then the other big band, for me, that was an inspiration with their lyrics, was Meshuggah, which is like my favorite band today. And they also have like anti-establishment, anti-corporation, anti-religion, all sorts of messaging. But they make it into this kind of beautiful fiction where it's sort of almost like a horror story. It sounds like the lyrics take the form of a monster. So it's sort of like the monster of industry and stuff like that, which I loved and still love. But I didn't really realize it at the time to the degree that I do now. And when I was a teenager, because a lot of the music was, like I said, anti-establishment, like vegan messaging and things like that. And I think sort of subconsciously, even though I didn't quite know that, it must have provided me with a lot of alternative ideas that helped me form my sense of self-identity. Or I think it may even be the other way around. Maybe I was like already drawn to that kind of music subconsciously from the very beginning because of just my personality, my upbringing, or my environment, or whatever. I can't really say. It's probably a bit of both, though. So why I talked about all that is because this poem that I wrote is written kind of lyrically, like a song. I'm not going to sing it for you, though. But it's called Big Boy. And it's super inspired by Nick Cave's music. You know, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Awesome band, a few Australian members. Nick Cave himself is from Melbourne. Well, not from Melbourne, but from, I think, Wangaratta or something, but he spent a lot of his time in Melbourne making a name for himself. Awesome musician. I'm sure a lot of you will know. Definitely a lot of my friends will know, and a lot of the friends in England will know of Nick Cave. And I'm sure you'll notice in the tone of this poem, like now that I've mentioned it, of course, like a Nick Cave kind of tone as well. But it's pretty safe to say that over the last couple of years, I've been completely obsessed with his entire discography. I've gone up and down all through every single album, listening to them many, many times on repeat, looking at all the lyrics. I recently read his biography from his younger years when he was with the Boys Next Door in Melbourne. And I watched the documentaries that he's been in. I've watched a lot of stuff. I'm, kind of obsessed just with his creative process and everything. Just because his lyrics are so poetic. And he writes as well. He's an author. He writes poetry. It's awesome. So, with that being said, this is called Big Boy. I'm a man, I'm a man. I'm a man, I'm a man. If I keep repeating these words, I'll become what I am. I'm a man, I'm a man. I'm a man, I'm a man. I was drowning in blood, but now I'm drifting in sand. Ooh, I'm a man, I'm a man. At least I think that I am. She feeds me such knowledge from the bed to the pan. I am humbled. Oh, darling, I am humbled in the presence of your tears as you let out a sigh of sorrow. But I'm a man. If that's what I say that I am, then that's what I'll be, until I declare for myself, crystallize and morph into what now exactly? I thought that I knew. I've torn up my room. I drove 32 hours away, sliding around in my seat. The journey made me nervous. Shouting out the window at strangers, yeah, I'm deranged and dangerous. Maybe I'm a man. Send me down to the gallows where my brother was hanged. That's where we'll see the ocean licking at dogs. I'll kick off my shoes and dive into the world. And then I'll come right back out screaming with bleached blonde hair and a rocket ship. This is my destiny. Burning and bubbling. Up, up we go. Yeah. That was Big Boy. And that's all I've got for today. That's the first post. The first episode I'm going to see how it goes. Might do changes of the format. Going to try lots of different things for sure. I'm sort of, just trying out this world as a way to, I don't know, to get to motivate myself to create audio recordings of some of my stuff and to catalog it, because it just sits on my computer files. And yeah, hopefully some people can get some enjoyment out of it too. And I want to do different things as well, of course, talk to people and things like that, review different things that I've been reading and all that. But anyway, thanks for checking it out if you've listened this far. And if you're interested in more stuff, have a look at Pollyverse.com. I've got written blog posts there that sort of tie in with the episodes. And I've got a few short stories and things like that as well, and stuff that I've been published in, all linked on there. So you can have a long read of that if you really want to. And check out social medias as well if you want to. If you want even more stuff, there's a lot more stuff, of course. I'll try to link those somewhere. So anyway, thanks for that. Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming around. Thanks for hanging with me. And I'll hopefully see you next week. So bye-bye until then.